Welcome to Spoken Love Podcast, where words don't just tell stories, they breathe them. Here we strip love and life down to the bone, unfolding our truths in rhythm and rhyme, through dialogue that's part poetry, part confession, and all real. So lean in, let the silence between the verses speak, and join me for a conversation wrapped in poetry. This is Spoken Love Podcast. We are kicking off season 2, y'all. And we're doing something very different this time, something much deeper. This season is all about storytelling and poetry, where love isn't just described, it's felt. I'll be reciting chapters from a short story I wrote, pieces of my own journey stitched into fictional hearts. It's love, life, and becoming, all woven together. You'll hear the sweetness, the longing, the mistakes, the lessons, the things we rarely say out loud. And as each chapter unfolds, you'll find yourself leaning in, eager to know what happens next. Because this isn't just a story. It's a reflection of how we love, how we lose, and how we learn to choose ourselves again. Riveting, tender, honest. Welcome to Season 2. Chapter 2. Detours and Distance. New York, 2004. Graduation. The roar of the crowd bounced off Jefferson High's gym walls like drums at a block party. Caps and gowns flooded the floor, a sea of black robes and budding dreams. Flashing cameras, proud mamas, teachers smiling like they just survived a war. Bri and Chase moved through it all in slow motion, like time wanted one last look at a story heaven once whispered. She found him by the trophy case, tassel hanging crooked, diploma gripped tight. There were rumors buzzing through the halls all week, scholarships, big offers. You did it, Bree said, adjusting his tassel. So did you, he replied. They smiled, easy, comfortable, as if the whole world wasn't shifting beneath their sneakers. I got into Columbia, she whispered, eyes shining. Full ride. Business. Chase whistled, impressed. That's major, Bree. What about you, she asked. Silence. He looked away, jaw ticking. MIT. Her breath caught. Massachusetts? He nodded slow. It's the tech dream. I gotta take it. Sound warped, muffled by fear she didn't know she hid. The world felt bigger suddenly and scarier. You're really leaving? Her voice cracked. Chase tucked his hand gently under her chin, lifting her eyes to his. Sometimes the seed gotta leave the soil to learn what roots mean. Bree swallowed hard. But us? Chase's voice lowered. Love ain't just arms. Love is patience. Love is cheering from miles away and trusting that destiny ain't allergic to distance. Tears threatened, but she blinked them back. She needed strength more than sorrow today. And when do you leave? 2 weeks. They held hands, quiet thunder rolling between them. 2 weeks later, rooftop goodbye. Brooklyn rooftops knew more secrets than any diary. Tonight, Bri and Chase sat side by side on the tarred ledge, legs swinging over the edge, the skyline glittering like 1,000 watchful eyes. A portable radio hummed slow R&B. Alicia Keys reminding every borough that love took work. You ever scared we'll change? Bri asked. Chase nodded once. We will. That's the point. She frowned, confused. If we don't change, he continued, we ain't living. Then he turned, voice dipping into poetry. Sometimes two hearts grow on separate branches, but the tree is the same. And if the roots are divine, distance ain't nothing but weather. Bri leaned her head on his shoulder. Promise me something. Anything. Don't forget how this feels. He pressed his forehead to hers, breath warm. Even if my memory fails, my soul won't. They kissed, slow, young, hopeful, sealing nothing permanent except the softness they'd carry forever. The rooftop lights blinked like heaven was winking. Freshman year, Emails and echoes. College life hit like rush hour traffic. Long nights, internships, study groups, bookstore coffee. Bri crushed every class, her business professors praising her leadership. She started a student-run entrepreneur club, a small spark of the empire inside of her. Meanwhile, in Massachusetts, Chase built code like poetry. He interned with startups, built apps nobody understood yet, and slept 3 hours a night. His circle expanded, his future sharpening. They emailed at first, long letters, digitally folded with longing. Chase. Every time I learn something new, I wonder how it fits into our someday. Bri. Someday is a long road, but I'll pack snacks. They laughed through distance, shared playlists, sent pictures of campus sunsets, but over time, midterms, internships, late shifts, life, responses slowed. Sophomore year, new voices. Friends noticed Bri's sadness and nudged her toward distraction. You should date, Tasha suggested. At least get free food out of it. Bri tried, twice, but nobody spoke soul. Nobody cared about vision more than vibes. Meanwhile, Chase had his own distractions. Girls like the quiet genius, but he only gave them pieces. The rest of him belonged to a Brooklyn rooftop. They never said they were together, but they were never really apart. Thanksgiving break, almost crossing paths. Bri returned home for a week, braids fresh, heart hopeful. She walked past the corner store where she first saw Chase hooping after school, laughter echoing behind her. They planned to meet, but the universe had other plans. A family emergency kept him out of town longer than expected. She waited on those brownstone steps until her fingers numbed, until the streetlights blinked tiredly. He texted, I'm so sorry. Can we reschedule? She replied, yeah, of course. But they never found the same moment twice. Junior year, dreams cost. At 20, Chase landed an internship offer in California, Silicon Valley, the chance of a lifetime. He paced his dorm for hours before calling Bri. I don't want this distance to kill us, he confessed. Bri leaned against her apartment wall, heart heavy. Don't shrink your dream for me, she said quietly. We don't belong in cages. But what about love? She breathed slow, faith guiding her words. Love that's real ain't fragile. It bends, it prays, it waits through storms and still blooms. Chase closed his eyes. You always know what to say. I only speak the truth. The drift. By senior year, messages faded into occasional check-ins. Hey, proud of you. Hope you're well. Keep shining. Sometimes Bree stared at her phone, typing and deleting. Sometimes Chase wrote poems he never sent. No breakup, no argument, just silence slowly stretching like taffy until it snapped invisible threads. Their hearts didn't shatter. They just learned how to beat alone. Graduation. New roads. Bree graduated near the top of her class. She landed a corporate offer, already plotting her own company in her notebook margins. Chase launched his first tech startup. Investors noticed his brilliance. They were winning separately. The final email. Years later, Bree found it in her inbox while cleaning old messages. I used to think love was a moment the world gifted you, but now I know love is a journey you meet when you've become who you were made to be. If destiny is real, I'll see you on the other side. Love, Chase. She never replied. She wasn't ready. Times Square, midnight. Bree, now 26, stood under neon lights, reflecting on choices and quiet aches. She whispered a prayer to the sky. If he's mine, let time refine us. If not, thank you for teaching me how love sounds. Somewhere across the country, Chase whispered into his empty apartment. If it's real, it'll return. If not, let me grow, God. Let me grow. The city hummed. Heaven listened, two souls glowing separately, waiting for their seasons to meet again. Not yet, not now, but soon. In Chapter 2 of When Heaven Waited, Bri and Chase step from high school innocence into the real world, where dreams stretch, distance grows, and love learns its first lesson in sacrifice. Graduation opens new doors. Bri goes to Columbia, Chase to MIT, and for the first time they stand on opposite sides of possibility. What begins as late-night emails and whispered promises slowly becomes silence as life demands their full attention. This chapter reminds us that even the right connection can drift when timing isn't aligned. Sometimes God allows separation not as punishment but as preparation, stretching two hearts so they can grow into the people they're destined to be. Despite missed moments and unanswered questions, one thing remains: their souls never forget. Love doesn't disappear, it evolves, waiting for its season. And just like that, another chapter closes. But the story of love and life never really ends. If these words moved you, share them, carry them, live them out loud. Follow Spoken Love Podcast wherever you listen, and meet me here again, where the dialogue stays candid and the poetry stays alive.